Welcome back, you shiny and sparkly chocolate fucks to more Pacific Drive. I am Spartan 500, your, I don't know, insane man for constantly playing games that terrify me. Actually, if you guys see this, I will hopefully, this should work the way I'm hoping. I'm going to stream a game. I've seen one video on it, and that's about it. Never played the games, seen some footage of some of the other games. I plan on playing on October 1st, 31st, Halloween, Amnesia the Bunker. Let the insanity begin, I guess. But that'll be for that. I'm going to do a lot of chatting today. Right. I am going to just read. Because it seems I haven't done that before. Well, at least not everything. Alright. Car abilities. Certain components and equipment that you will install on your car have abilities that need to be activated. You can assign controls. Wait, hold up. That fucking scrapper, chargeable flashlight, a relightable flare. Okay, limp pulse emitter. This is not pun. This is limp pulse emitter. This is not pun. It's a carefully calibrated device capable of discharging anomaly. Oh, discharging randomly timed electromagnetic pulses thousands of times per second. This generator makes it extremely difficult for most organic and electro-organic entities to hold on or harm the vehicle. I know that's useful for that one critter. Fucking, what, the bunnies? My question is this. I do have it. Okay, handbrake. One swift tug of this lever and you can lock up the car's rear wheels and convert some of the momentum into a skid. You may even impress any anomalies that are watching. Okay. I thought that was something I was missing. Okay. Everything looks good. Alright. It's back there. Alright, yeah. Alright. I thought I was missing one. Alright, certain components and equipment that you'll install on your car have abilities that need to be activated. You can assign controls to up to 4 of these using the small panel on the left side of your dashboard. Anchors. Anchors are a source of enormous but extremely unpredictable energy. You can feed them to the arc device in the passenger seat to extract the energy. Once the device is powered to a certain level, it will be able to open a gateway to get you back to the auto shop. The amount of anchor energy needed to open a gateway will vary by junction. But as long as you make it through the gateway, you'll recapture the energy used to open it. That energy is also used to create items and equipment at the fabrication station. Try to bring back as much as you can. Car dashboard. Your vehicle status can be tracked by watching the gauges on the dashboard, as well as the lights and other devices installed around the cab. The center console displays the health and status of each car component. The radiation monitor lets you know how safe it is to get out of the car, and if it's anything but a flat line, exit with caution. Okay, so that's the radiation monitor. Got it. I figured that was something. I always thought it was like anomaly presence or something. In the passenger seat, there's a screen with a map where you can use your location, where you can see your location, key points of interest. As you drive, keep an eye on the car's structural integrity. Its fuel and battery levels, and the various warning lights. An orange light signals a developing problem. Red calls for immediate action. Brake, park and brake, fuel, low fuel, limb, low battery. Health, low structural integrity, maintenance, service needed, steep, difficult incline, surface, low traction, temporary status effect, anomalous malfunction, hazard, radiation damage, storm approaching. Your car's your shield. The car can protect you from radiation anomalies and the many other dangers of the zone, but only as long as it's in good condition. Keeping your doors closed and car parts in good condition will give you a dependable barrier from the zone. If your car's health meter drops into the red, you'll be at risk. There are many ways to make repairs on the go. Be sure to check your crafting options to see what you can replace, and you may find helpful tools as you rummage. Let me finish that part. As you rummage around in the zone. That's a good point. Let me look at something. Okay, so it's no bars, okay. And that gives us all the information. Okay, interesting. Ooh, no. Okay. In-car controls. While in the driver's seat, you can steer, brake, reverse, shift between park and drive, and of course, turn the ignition key. You can also toggle the radio, headlights, and windshield wipers. Should all else fail, honk the horn. You can remap these controls and change camera settings in the options menu. Charging the battery. Watch your battery meter carefully. Using headlights and special abilities from attachments will drain your reserves. However, even with an empty battery, your ARC device will be able to jumpstart your car. There are also ways of recharging on the go. Check your crafting options. Crafting. Craft tools and parts using the supplies scavenged from your trips into the zone. You can craft on the go in your car's trunk, but more advanced items will require the garage workbench. Both the trunk and workbench can be upgraded to allow you to assemble more advanced components. Drive preparation. Once you've selected your route, make sure to prepare for the drive. Pack the tools, backup supplies, and parts you'll need and head out from the garage. Be careful on your journey. The car has an emergency protocol that will save your life, but very little else. Fatigue. All car components suffer wear and tear, but this is even more pronounced in the zone. Eventually, almost every component is going to need replacing. Sometimes all you can do with a wore-out part is dispose of it. Okay. Zone shifts. The climate within the zone can shift dramatically with little warning. You may find yourself beset by sudden, unpredictable changes that can turn a simple trip into the deadliest of drives. The auto shop. The auto shop is your base of operations. They're safe there, so you can take your time between drives to fix up the car, craft parts, and research new upgrades. Instability. Your route through the zone will be stable when you set out, but it won't stay that way for long. Monitor the instruments attached to the map display in the passenger seat. They will help you track the instability levels. If those levels are high, a storm is very likely. Some things you'll do in the zone will increase stability, but you can outrun it by moving along your route. Nevertheless, the zone's behavior isn't always predictable, especially when you open a gateway, and sometimes there'll be nothing to do but drive like hell. Yeah, I've noticed that. The fabrication station is key to survival in the zone. You'll use it to research blueprints for car parts, construct new and improved auto shop installations. And new improved auto shop installations. Okay. This machine requires anchor energy and materials gathered from the zone, so make sure you're hauling plenty of resources back with you through the gate. This new installations reinvigorate the auto shop by adding everything from expanded storage space to faster gas pumps. They'll make your life easy in the zone so much easier. Zone conditions. Whenever you make it through unusual conditions or sudden shifts in the zone, your logbook will be updated with information about what just happened. Study these entries carefully. They can offer essential information that will keep you both safer and better informed. Plan your drive. Use the map on the wall of the auto shop to plan your next drive across the zone. Along each route, you'll find different resources and face strange hazards, so make sure to choose your path carefully. Choose between revisiting known junctions to gather more resources, charting new routes deeper into the zone, or taking investigative drives to uncover the story behind why you're here. Movement and interaction controls. While on foot, you can walk, run, crouch, and jump. You can also pick up, drop, throw, and kick items and certain objects you come across. Should you come across any buttons and keypads, feel free to press away. Press away. You can remap these controls in the options menu. Quick slots. You can create tools or items in these slots for quick access. You can also change your selections at any time. Quirks. Over its lifetime, the car can develop quirks ranging from curious to the supremely annoying. Sometimes something you're doing maybe causes something else to happen. Perhaps even two things. Perhaps even a chain of things. Pay close attention to your car. You'll have to diagnose what's wrong before you can fix it at the Tinker Station. Okay. Charting roads in the zone. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm almost done though. On this page. To make your way through the zone, you must chart the roads for yourself. The route planner displays the junctions currently suitable enough for a drive. Be aware, some routes will pass through multiple junctions as they take you on your way toward opening a gate. During each drive, you can scan many unusual things you encounter and will fill out your logbook. If you make it back through the gateway, these readings will be uploaded and used to identify hazards and resources along future routes. The junction you return from will also be saved, expanding the areas of the zone that you have access to if the conditions are right. Car part status. Car parts can gain certain status effects as they experience the trials and trivials of travel through the zone. Trials and trivials? Whatever. They'll continue to get the job done, but these status effects can quickly add up. 1,000 paper cuts can still lead to death, so don't underestimate these faults. Be sure to check the condition of your crafting options. Check your crafting options for ways to find fixes. Safe returns. You made it back safely. Before heading out again, consider repairing any damaged car parts, unloading the supplies you gathered, and crafting new items. For your next run, any new roads you've charted are automatically uploaded, and anchor energy you obtained is stored for later use. Surviving the zone. While you're driving through the zone, exploration is essential. If you get lost, check the map in your passenger seat and don't be afraid to go off-road, as you never know what you might find. Gathering resources is key to your survival. Look for vehicles in abandoned buildings. Cars can be a great source of fuel, common materials like scrap metal, and sometimes a decent spare part. And don't forget, much of what you find in the zone can be scanned for more information. Yeah. Alright. Eyes exchange. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, I fucked up. Alright, Art Investigator. Journal fragment data unknown. I think the reality of so much work, even the work that I think the reality of so much work, even the work that is about our dreams and our ambitions, the kind of work we have put so much more of our time and energy into, is compromised. My hope was that we could create practical, reliable mobile laboratories to allow us to better do our jobs. With the zone increasingly unstable, increasingly changing, I thought it was a novel solution. We could analyze many of our findings on sites. We could respond to changing conditions in a timely manner, relocating ourselves to study new weather behavior or anomalies the moment we heard about them. We could work in a safe, secure environment. But now we have this. Slow, clumsy trucks that perform poorly off-road, that lack a dedicated laboratory space, that aren't even hermetically sealed. The lead shielding built into them is too thin, the equipment we've mounted is too old, budget constraints and compromise mean we've created nothing more than a portable chemistry set. What's more, ARDA have named it the Investigator. Like they chose the driest name they could think of, and all of this we'll have to do. That's funny. I like that way I like that. Transmuter, private field notes. Dr. A.F. Kinging? Data known. Please find attached the installation plan of these newer compact limb converters, along with my resignation from ARDA. Effective immediately. It has become the favored pastime of my peers to gripe about the youth of today. But I find myself sentimental. Maybe the next generation will be the ones to right our wrongs. Their bright-eyed, bushy-tailed optimism reminds me of the early days, when we thought limb technology's potential limitless. This machine is a step toward the original version, where limb bridges the gap between the materials given to us in our imaginations. Okay. Eyes exchange. Journal entry. Ida Mae J. Tacky, 1987. I've already decided not to leave, but helping folks out during the evacuations has really made up my mind. I can't leave. There's so many people who need help here. Here who need help. Anyone who believes Ardo when they say everyone's Anyone who believes Ardo when they say everyone's out is a fool. Some of these people couldn't leave, but some of them wanted to stay, and both are already struggling. Not even the few functioning utilities remaining will stay functioning for long. Just because Ardo decided they were done with this project doesn't mean I am. Zone receiver. Ardo briefing. Recording. August 30th, 1970. Okay, everyone. The new receiver designs are ready, and I promise these ones won't be so edible. I'm being quite serious here, folks. Last year's rash of signal-hungry anomalies, the ones that would chow down on anything broadcasting across lower bands, absolutely tanked our comms budget and cut hundreds of us off from the outside world. The alloys we're using now, combined with the new standard frequencies, mean nothing's going to be chewing up our broadcast anymore. Now let's get these deployed as soon as possible and make sure each has a recording cache fitted and get those parts welded on tight. I'm not letting another one of these fall into the hands of that self-proclaimed guerrilla radio group. Who knows what kind of nonsense signals they're picking up from the outside world, or even worse, beaming out. It's on all our heads if this happens again. Consumer Electronics, Journal Fragment, date unknown. Everyone's checked out from town. At this point, I'm the last person left, but I'll be gone by tomorrow too. It's hard to believe that this was once a community. Sure, we didn't have that much to show for it. Not much to offer visitors. No great sights or famous landmarks, but few of us lived out here and we were happy with our lot. And then it seems the government had other plans for us. You no longer live here, they say. Here's your compensation payment, now get out. Their weird science experimentation zone keeps growing. They own this land now, this town, and soon we'll never be able to come back. They barely gave us enough to cover the cost of moving. Now it's time to work out what to leave behind. Anchor plug. Private field notes. Dr. Mansa. Mensa? Does that sound familiar? Fucking goddamn. Reminds me of Abiotic Factor, that name. March 30th, 1970. We have now completed the process of standardizing and replacing all the anchor mounts and infrastructure. These new mounts should be far more durable, steadfast against weather and atmospheric changes, and resistant to any corrosion. It has been a lengthy and difficult process marred by endless delays. It is my hope that most of these mounts will hold for at least 50 years, but many projections suggest 2 or even 300. That's far longer than many anchors themselves. This was, I believe, worth it. As usual, I'll be compiling and submitting a full casualty list by 1000 hours tomorrow morning. At that time, I'll begin to notify next of kin. Log computer. Telephone transcript, Central Exchange Monitoring, July 9th, 1963. Hello? Is that the office of Dr. Turner? No, the other doctor. Doesn't matter. I have good news, the best news. Your new computers are up and running. We did it. And these powerhouses are going to absolutely blow you away. We've got some of the world's very best discrete RTL-based integrated circuits with a central processing unit running at 1.5 megahertz. All of this able to address 500,000 characters of memory. We've even got a 32-bit word length. It's hard to imagine a more powerful machine. What's more, these things barely weigh 70 pounds. It's truly amazing. You absolutely must come down and see one in action. I think Arda might well have pushed computing as far as it will ever go. Sure about that, buddy. Field barrel. Transmission fragment, Arda Field Headquarters, July 19th, 1964. No, I need gasoline. Gasoline. Fuel. Whatever you want to call it. Fuel doesn't short. Whatever you call it. Fuel doesn't short. Fuel isn't affected by electromagnetic pulses. Fuel doesn't need replacement parts. I don't care about all the apparently genius technology you reckon is going to solve the world's problems. None of none of it works in this cursed place. If you want us to ever get anything done, just send more fuel for the generators, for the cars, for the machinery, and send it yesterday. Gas station. Don't worry about the meter. This is free fuel. And in the zone, you really should take all that you can get. Supply containers. Private field notes. Dr. Everett. Data known. Our time is up, it seems, and as much as we might try, we cannot abandon the zone fast enough. We are leaving so much behind. Each day we are instructed to close another lab and junk everything there, or to mark it for what they call recycling. But we know no such recycling will happen. We may as well loot our own equipment. We dash out the door, leaving our things on the table. Our experiments have finished, our logs incomplete. We're creating a ghost town in our wake, even a whole series of ghost towns, a ghost nation, if you will. Our own Mary Castell, a record of our last moments frozen in time. Pneumatic deposit box, also nicknamed Puma tubes. The pneumatic tubes that crisscross the zone are low tech, but they may well be why they've survived to this day. It seems the less complicated the technology, the less the zone is likely to scramble it and screw it up. Fair enough. Sodium vapor lights. Memo, FAO, all staff, December 28th, 1975. Further to my correspondence of the 24th, I am writing to advise each and every one of you that the forthcoming disco time will not be going ahead. Moreover, I'm extremely disappointed that I find it necessary to remind all employees that inappropriate and unauthorized use of art equipment is very obviously a violation of organization policy, not to mention profoundly unprofessional. The lighting rigs, arrays, spotlights, and racks that we have requisitioned are precisely calibrated, specifically constructed, magnetically shielded sodium devices that are both very sensitive and extremely expensive. They are specifically designed to work in zone conditions for remote deployment and to withstand radiation EMP. They are not for modifying with colored filters, rainbow banners, or beat-synced variable resistors. Frankly, I am appalled that I have to compose a memo such as this, and when I find those responsible, which I shall, rest assured, there will be severe consequences. This is not the Olympic exclusion. This is the Olympic exclusion zone, not Miami Beach. You sure about that? It can be both. Plasma generator. Private field notes, Dr. A.F. Kingi, data known. As we continue to explore viable energy solutions in the increasingly unstable environment that is the zone, we have begun testing the first handheld plasma containment devices. In the zone plagued with radiation instability, electromagnetic interference, and many as yet unexplained phenomena, any infrastructure created for energy transmission has proven to be all but useless. Hence our investigations into the potential of charged and even magnetized plasma, studying both the conductivity and capacitive qualities of the samples we have contained. Plasma would likely be far more effective than the gasoline we've been forced to haul from place to place. And if the latest research from the Limtech team is to be believed, we may soon have a way to make it just as portable. At present, we await updates from Dr. Essid as she finalizes her report on Birkeland currents. Order management are keen for us to test this technology in the field as soon as possible, but we don't believe it is yet ready. They are, as ever, simply trying to rush research and save money. Give me a minute. My voice is dying. I wonder, are these photos from me? Does it change depending on who scans it? It has to, because that was from the other video. That was where I was standing. So wherever you scan it, that's the photo you get. I just realized that. That's fucking cool. Oh, I like that little feature. That's a nice little feature. All right. Look, guys, there's a lot to read. So it might be a couple videos of me just reading everything. I hope you're ready for this shit. Because if you ain't, I don't give a fuck. This might be an hour of just hearing my voice read. I hope you're ready. I've gotten through fucking nothing. Hold up. I feel like I've done nothing. Fuck me. Because there's so many other tabs. Fucking blow my brains out, I swear. Alright. Les Sheldon. Private field notes. Dr. A.F. Kingy. Data known. This is ridiculous. We have transformed from a team of skilled scientists into day trippers with test tubes and sample kits. We must set up everything on site. We haul our equipment, computers, materials. We have these dreadful mobile laboratory trucks that are so generic in design they end up helping nobody do their work. The latest field solution is apparently to have us erect giant walls of lead behind which we are supposed to perform direct observation of the latest anomalies. We must rush out in response to the latest sightings, build these things like we would a snow fort in winter, then hope to get enough readings and data before another EMP shorts everything. Totally ridiculous. We don't even have equipment capable of helping us move and deploy all this other equipment. And of course, setup takes so long that whatever we hope to catch is often long gone. That, or it has taken far too much. It has taken far too much of an interest in us for anyone to be able to work safely. Fair enough. Hazmat cabinet. Partial memo. Source unknown. Circa 1966. I know it's inconvenient to lock everything away, and I know it requires issuing all of your staff not just keys, but the right sets of keys, and then collecting and reissuing those keys as staff are rotated and reassigned, but please also consider the sheer volume of materials and resources that have gone missing these last few months. We had rare substances and corrosive chemicals spirited away. Compounds and catalysts vanish into thin air. Even a whole cabinet whisked out of the office and dragged away by one of those, Since these materials are so expensive, so vital, and sometimes, state secrets, I'd rather we start locking more things up. Got it? Abandoned car. Transmission fragment, Arda Field Headquarters, October 9th, 1968. I guess I'm saying what we all know. It's obvious by now. But all vehicles, all moving collections of metal, really seem to attract the attention of a great many anomalies. They get chased, they get attacked, for whatever reason. They get picked apart. I guess aircraft move too fast, or maybe helicopters aren't around for long enough. But cars? This place and its wildlife just loves cars. Sorry, what? Sorry, what? Okay, correction. It's not wildlife. What? Why? Engender sympathy? Look, I'm only repeating what other people say. No, I don't think it's bad to say this over the radio. It's not like our transmissions even travel anywhere these days. It's like trying to broadcast through molasses or something. I can be on top of a mountain and still get no damn reception. Trust me, nobody outside the zone can hear us. Alright, keep your cap on. You New England nutbar. This is exactly why nobody likes you. I I love the fact that the devs went and had some fun with these. I know they did. Box truck. The smiley face on the box truck. Private field notes, Dr. Everett. Data known. It never occurred to me that this would become a logistical nightmare. By the end of the decade, operations in the zone involved over 100 scientists, twice that in support staff and technicians, another 100 staff in engineering disciplines, and more than 2,000 military personnel. That last figure is particularly difficult to estimate. Oh, and trucks? Trucks all the time, rattling back and forth, moving gas, moving mechanical equipment, cable, and furniture. I guess we all need sofas, right? I'd have preferred a light rail network, at least more freight. But after those early incidences, it's like everyone is scared to get on any train within 100 miles of this place, like they're cursed or something. So it's trucks all day and all night. And you know what we brought to the zone? Traffic jams. And now we're starting to move everything out again. Downsizing, they call it, or just outright plundering abandoned equipment. Imagine being in an anomalous zone and you're fucking getting into a traffic jam. That sounds like hell. A new kind of hell. Fuck no. Fucking zone traffic simulator. Alright. Arda fuel tanker, private field no sector ever data known. By the early 1960s, gasoline was vital to the production of electricity. Portable diesel generators became the primary way of powering the majority of structures and equipment within the zone. Oh, shh. And we were almost useless without it. Power grids were failing daily, even several times a day. Batteries strained with preternatural speeds. Preternatural speeds. Something. And even shielded equipment was frequently degraded or producing inexplicable malfunctions. Entire convoys of tankers crisscrossed the peninsula. We piped in untold gallons of the stuff every day. Added more industrial-sized piping alongside all the fresh water we were trying to pull in. When everything else failed, good old petrochemicals still did their job. We must have pumped so much lead into the air, into the zone, for it to scramble into the omelet it was forever making. For it to scramble into the omelet it was forever making of our world. I guess that was about the time more and more of the more and more animal life was dying off. God, did we just make things even worse? Hey man, you do what you gotta do. Alright. I'm gonna make this one a longer recording, fuck it. Abandoned Squire, transmission fragment, origin unknown, date unknown. Hi, I'm Gil O'Halloran, and I'm here to tell you why the O'Halloran Squire is the perfect sedan for all your contract needs. O'Halloran has over a decade's experience providing utility vehicles for state and federal needs, and with the Squire, we think we've really outdone ourselves. It's affordable, reliable, and easily maintained. Vehicle boosts excellent handling and performance thanks to its 183 cubic inch straight six engine, 4-speed transmission, and advanced assisted steering. This is a car that it's easy to drive, easy to look after, and as comfortable in the heat of New Mexico as the freezing forest of Wisconsin. Now come with me as I take you on a tour of what will be the government's next and best all-purpose automobile. Tow truck, transmission fragment, unknown, or transmission fragment, origin unknown, date unknown. Broken down? Of course we've broken down. Do you need me to recap? We had our doors stolen by one of those floating things. We had our battery drained by one of those bouncing things, and we had our wheels ruined by one of those spiky things. We were dragged into a tree by one of those other things. So yes, we have broken down. Don't act so surprised. Are we the first ever people to break down out here? Why do you think you exist? Why do you think we gave you that tow truck? You know what? You're not fast enough. And another job? Who? We broke down first. Car frame, journal fragment, date unknown. There's nothing left now. Nothing at all. The radios are dead. Every electronic device has shorted or failed. The very last scraps of food are so rotten now. So rotten, not even a rat would scavenge them. Not that I've seen a rat in this place in years. I haven't found anything close to a functional car within 20 square miles. Rubber perishes so rapidly, metal rust, or is irradiated, or both. I'm down to my last few drops of gasoline, not that the generator has anything to power beyond a handful of light bulbs. And if I tried to repair anything, those anomalies would pull it apart within a day. I think the others have evacuated without me. I can't blame them. They probably think I didn't make it. Our team leader didn't. The 2nd Army escort didn't. Even the Bugwatch reporter woman and her crew were just, well, even the Bugwatch reporter woman, okay. Well, their cars has now been picked apart too. Wrecked car. Teletype, AutoScript, ARTA, Ref, Henson, R, 1655 111 259. I told him not to bring his own car. I told him the feds will give him a loan to recover his rental expenses. What does he do? He brings his car, his own car, from Delaware. How long do you think it lasts? They're like vultures. They're like wicked vultures. Yeah, nothing left. Seismic squall. Sometimes the very ground itself is the most terrifying thing of the zone. Something beneath it has changed, and during times of instability, Everyone and everything on the surface can be at risk. Bulliard. Transmission fragment. Origin unknown. March 21st, 1961. Yes, Anita. I do agree with you that this is nothing short of remarkable. And yes, I also think what we're seeing here is something new and unique, something unmatched by anything the zone has previously offered up. But I must disagree with your conclusion strongly. I strongly disagree. These abrupt, dangerous, grotesque things are one of a host of bizarre new geological phenomenon. They very likely occur in response to ground vibration or local disturbances. And I think that's the end of it. To suggest that they are a deliberate reaction, even a defense mechanism, takes our discussion in a very different and quite uncomfortable direction. I think we should be reviewing your reports before you submit them. This conversation goes no further, and I'll be scrubbing the transmission logs as soon as possible. Understand? Shaker. Transcript taken from the dictaphone of Dr. Kelly Lambert, February 12th, 1969. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to remember our esteemed, honored, and oh so kind colleague Eric Gordon, taken from us far too soon. Eric was a shining light in our lives. Let us remember him for his achievements, his humor, and his grace. Let us remember him for how he lived and not how he died. Propelled as he was 600 feet into the air by a sudden blast of hot corrosive slime, I know our hearts I know our hearts are all so heavy today, and we only wish Eric could also have been heavier and thus not flown quite so far. What the hell am I saying? End recording. End recording. Alright, this is Loomis. Memo, FAO, Dr. Lopez, December 2nd, 1965. Amendum. Endum. Whatever. You were right. The presence of concentrated plasma particles is what makes the cloud so conductive. This isn't a storm like an electrical storm, like we'd expect to find in the skies above, and we'd do well to stamp out such colloquial descriptions. No, this is something else, something both more intense and yet so much more localized. I think with a little time, it'll be quite possible for us to replicate some of this behavior in a lab, setting, budget permitting. Oh, behavior in a lab setting, budget permitting. God, isn't this exciting? Our research is finally paying off, and we get tenure for this for sure. We'll get tenure for this for sure. Tourist. This motherfucker can fuck off. Dictaphone recording. Office of Dr. Richard Preble. Circa 1976. Hi, Christina. Hi, how are you? So, it turns out you were right. We've had reports from several regions of the zone now, and they're all very similar. We have these dummy things out there in the wilderness, and we also have them inside abandoned houses. We also have them in gas stations, on the road, on top of signs. One report here says on a roof. We spotted about 600 now. The file catalogs each and every one of them. Oh, and you're quite right about that other thing too. Yeah, I know what happens when someone touches one. We all got plenty of data on that. So I'm going to be applying for a position in Portland now. I've done my review. It was a great time being contracted here, for sure, but I'm not sure I want to work at ARDA full time, you know? It's very strange here. You work in a very strange place, and I'm sure you're doing very important work, and I respect that greatly. But I think I'd like to go back to academia now. Oh God, there's one of them outside. I know for a fact it wasn't there before. I don't think academia wants you back, buddy. Broken Bunny. I want to bring this back. Memo. FAO. Dr. Lopez, December 10th, 1965. I don't like this. I feel like an experiment. That's what I feel like. Like someone is playing with me. Maybe to learn about me. Maybe just, in the way you see a raccoon try everything it can to get into the trash can. Why would that be? This is a response to the. Is this a response to the experiments I'm performing? Am I interesting? Am I a snack? These damn things chase me, and they leap on cars or the field equipment we've set up, and it's like they're playing. Please, Anna, tell me you're feeling the same way. Tell me you're seeing this. Nothing in nature is random. Evolution means that things in our world have function. They have purpose. What is the purpose of these things? What are they trying to do? Are the things in the zone evolving? Happy hair. General fragment data unknown. Over the past year, I've seen anomalies cause all manner of chaos. I've seen them dismantle art facilities, dissolve trucks into puddles of goo, even tear human beings apart. I've seen the fruits of our labors turn one of the prettiest parts of the country into one of the most dangerous and unpredictable. But this week, this week I saw the first sign that things might change. I caught a rare glimpse of hope. Perhaps not everything we unleashed here in this gigantic cosmic accident has been bad. We've logged several sightings of a new anomaly. At first sight, it matched the description of so many others. But this one is different. It actually repairs things, apparently seeking out damaged material and regenerating it in a way not dissimilar to some of our own prototype technology. It is benign, even friendly, and I'm starting to wonder if it even communicates. Glitter and Boulder. Transmission fragment. Arda, Dispatch, Headquarters. April 26th, 1964. Hey, this is Anna. I'm totally going so fast right now. Oh no. Oh no. It happened again. Okay, so this is like when you're accelerating, you stretch it out, I guess. It's happening again. Just out collecting some data from the weather stations, and oh no, there are these new things out there, and oh help. If you touch them, no. Hold on, Charlie. Look, I'm not an engineer or a physicist, I'm a meteorologist, but my guess is these things are discharging huge amounts of energy into whatever they touch, and when they hit a car, you totally go so fast. Hold on, Charlie. Someone crashed. Abductors, they can go fuck themselves. Letter fragment. Data known. Dear Maggie, once again I miss you and the kids so much. I'm sorry I haven't written sooner, but it's been just crazy out here. I have a few moments right now, so I figured it would be good. I had a few moments right now, so I figured it would be good to put pen to paper. I hope you don't mind the handwriting I hope you don't mind the handwriting being so wiggly. But me and the guys are in a bit of a pickle right now. You see, our van got pulled up into a tree. I'm afraid I can't explain exactly what happened, top secret things and all. But we're safe, trust me on that. We also have 2 hours to wait before rescue comes, hanging 50 feet above the ground and right on a ridge. I'll send this as soon as we get back to barracks and write you a much better letter after. But in the meantime, here's a picture. I sketched it out while we were waiting. If there's one thing we have up here, it's a heck of a view. Love always, Joe. How many more do I have? Okay. Oh my god, there's so many anomalies. Hot dust. Private field notes, Dr. A.F. Kingy. Data known. At present, the majority of radiation detected in the zone can be categorized as beta particles or gamma rays. Behaving almost exactly as we would expect. Nevertheless, further study will still be required to explain the origin and highly varied intensity of this radiation, which is unlike anything previously documented. One particular kind of radiation frequency One particular kind of radiation frequently manifests as a highly localized phenomenon with no apparent source or focus, and often displays changes in modes of behavior that more consistent with cloud patterns. These radiation microclimates are increasingly common and vary in intensity from relatively weak to extremely concentrated. We try to discover the use of this phenomenon. We try to discourage the use of this phrase, but local contractors have already taken to using the phrase hot dust to describe this unusual anomaly. While further study is obviously warranted, the extremely unpredictable activity and spontaneous appearance of this radiation has made examination extremely difficult. It is not currently a priority. Mm-hmm. Transmission fragment. Data unknown. Origin unknown. Can anyone hear us? We're still inside the cabin. One of those things is tearing up the ground outside and it doesn't stop. It went through Baxter like when you walk through the tall grass, like he wasn't even there. Oh god, come in. Come in, Control. Can you hear us? You have to understand. You have to understand. They escaped containment. The anomalies escaped. They escaped. They all escaped. They all escaped. Okay. Spark Tower. Private field notes, Dr. Everett, data known. Plasma-powered spark transmitters combine previously obsolete coils with lemon-enhanced repeaters. Have proven to be the best way to boost signal throughout the zone. The constant increase in radiation and electromagnetic interference has made radio communication extremely difficult and often subject to bizarre distortions. These new modified coils appear to have solved that. The addition of local plasma power sources is a reliable way to keep each node within this vital infrastructure both operational and independent. However, the price we have to pay is constant maintenance and repair. They're damned beasts and burn through components rapidly. If Q resistors and capacitors are not regularly replaced, they quickly develop a habit of either shorting or even releasing constant high voltage, low current discharges into the immediate vicinity. Okay, so that's what the spark towers truly are. They were set up as communications arrays, but then they were neglected for a while, for forever, and now they just discharge. Pothole. Answering message transcript origin unknown, February 12th, 1966. Hey boss, so I'm out here working with Marie and Tobias from maintenance, and I'm afraid we've got some bad news about our gear. We've run into some trouble, and I don't think we're getting it back anytime soon. Sorry, bad start for my first potholing job. Go when you get this, or better still, I think you should just come down here and see for yourself. Our tools, our signs, our lights, they've all taken flight, so to speak. Heh, really, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. You should see this. You know how you told me we were normal people working in a very abnormal place? I think I know. I know what you mean now. Alright. This is what the conditions. Oh, no, not what I wanted. So, user manual, resources, anomalies, conditions. 53. Alright. Anomalous clouds. Unpredictable weather patterns in this part of the zone means more cloud-related hazards will manifest at ground level. Swift storm. Storm activity in this part of the zone is remarkably rapid. After it manifests, it will close in much faster than usual. Oh, that's annoying. Heavy fog. The thick, low-lying fog in this part of the zone never seems to lift. Anchor obfuscation. Whatever. Increased magnetic interference means that anchor signatures in this part of the zone are indistinct. It will be harder to precisely locate them. Perpetual instability. The instability storm will not chase you. Will not be chasing you here unless summoned. So you can take your time. Alright. Found items. Conductive gill shells. Considering how conductive this shell is, it might actually have gold in it. Dumpster pearl. Slice a pearl in half and you'll find thousands of layers of precious minerals formed around a core. Break one of those apart and who knows what will pop out. Okay. Actually, let me go do that real quick. Save my voice a little. I want to throw both of these in the scrapper. I want to see what happens. First, you. Jesus fucking Christ. Canned food. Medical battery. Okay. That's a lot of plating. Let me see what happens if I do this. What? It's okay, I don't know what to use this for yet. I guess I'll keep it. Right. Alright, time to do some more reading. ZTE connection upgrade, meticulously assembled by Francis. This homemade hardware should connect to the ZTE system with some elbow grease. ARC device. Riding shotgun with you is perhaps the most ramshackle and yet remarkable example of technology that you've ever seen. It can monitor the zone, ingest anchor energy, and casually teleport the entire car and all of its contents a short distance. It may be a work of genius. It may be extremely illegal, stolen technology, or it may very well be both. Broadcast transmitter harvested from an old radio station. This broadcast transmitter has been tuned specifically to work within the zone. 9-volt battery. Every curious crafter's favorite tongue tickler. This will power most small devices found in the home, as well as many portable ones. Pressurized cylinders. Or pressurized cartridges. A handful of small pressurized containers that could be used for both low-velocity propulsion and in rudimentary shock absorption. Chemicals. Sort of domestic substances that are only nominally inert. Just wait for a household chemist with a dangerously narrow amount of knowledge to truly bring them to life. God, that description's nice. Copper wire. Several coils of one of the most conductive materials in existence. This is an essential core component in both electronics and heating. Electronics. Assorted electrical components. Each is waiting patiently to be soldered into life and once again restored to life. Soldered to another and once again restored to life. Fabric, a collection of loose textile and cloth materials. This is all a little scrappy and yet all perfectly salvageable. Gas cylinder, a large robust container is designed to... This large robust container is designed to hold gases under pressure. It's stalwart, heavy, and could have many applications. Glass shards, a perfectly usable chunk of this brittle but hard-wearing substance. Glass has a dozen potential applications from windows to optics. Lead platelet. Too heavy to be practical, too soft to offer protection, too poisonous to be used without due diligence. Lead's secret power is its impressive ability to shield against radiation. A small, tightly sealed cylinder containing an extremely conductive material composed mostly of highly charged particles. Do not open this. That's plasma. Plastic, one of the most used and ubiquitous substances ever created. This handful of polymers has 1,000 different applications and will likely outlive us all. Rubber, loose pieces of synthetic rubber taken from seals, tires, rings, and belts. Much of this could be recut and repurposed. Scrap metal, an assortment of irregular and damaged sections of steel, all of which can be easily recycled and reused. Duct tape. The adhesive properties of this industrial strength product are not to be underestimated. It both attaches items and removes skin with terrifying tenacity. Thermosap crystal. The tolerance this artificially grown crystalline substance has for extreme temperature and sustained stress is extraordinary. It suggests all manner of mechanical applications. Blueprint. This rough diagram provides all the instructions you need to assemble a new invention. Please note that you may be the first and also only person to test this device. Rewoven hard drive. This unique hard drive contains all the data for and from expeditions, constantly updated by the ZTE system and Francis's diligence. It'll always have your next expedition ready. Conductive gold shell. Okay, I already read that one. Road flare. Cheap, equipable life source, useful in a pinch. This powerful potassium-based incendiary burns bright and burns brief, even in the wettest of conditions. Canned food. Certain dried or canned foods can last a remarkably long time in storage, and the expiration date is only ever a guide, right? MRE. The meal, ready to eat, is a complete, self-contained unit of food allegedly equivalent to a reasonable dinner. It can it certainly contains nutrients and may even feature distinct, discernible flavor. Dumpster pearl. Since okay, I already read that. Okay. Oh, okay. That'll be all for this part. Peace, bitches. Actually, usual spiel. You like what I do? Nah. Or like what I'm showing. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Because, oh, no, I didn't want to do that button. Shit. Where was that? Okay. If you guys have any tips or tricks, put them down in the comments. If you guys want to keep seeing more of this, liking's a good way to do that. Get me to know you guys want to see more of this. Also, you can comment zone, I guess. Yeah, that's about it. So, peace, bitches.